All right, so here we'll practice solving equations for a variable. We'll be using our ability to work down. We'll be using our knowledge of inverse operations, that is, recognizing opposite operations, recognizing that multiplication is the opposite of division, recognizing that subtraction is the opposite of addition, and we'll be using our order of operations, our BEDMAS. We'll be using our BEDMAS backwards if you have not used that already. This video is just meant as a quick review. So if we're working right here, we're working with a 5x equals 20. If I am going to isolate for my variable, that is solve for x, that is get x all on its own, then first I need to get rid of this 5 that's over here. So I recognize, okay, well, what operation's happening between my 5 and my x? Well, that is multiplication, because I don't see anything written in there. So if multiplication's happening between my 5 and my x, then what I want to do is try and undo that. Well, the opposite of multiplication is division. That's nice and easy, so I will be dividing by 5 instead of multiplying by 5. But if I do that to the left side, I need to make sure I do that to the right side. So if that's the case, then I'm working with 5 divided by 5. Oh, well, those just cancel out. That was by design. That's why we chose our 5. And on the right-hand side, I'm working with 20 divided by 5. I can throw that into my calculator. X equals 4. I'll ask you folks to try x minus 13 equals 21. I want you to lay it out just like I did, working down. And pause the video here, come back for the solution. Good, so we're working here with x equals 34. And ideally, we've written out exactly what we've done in the line in between, but you'll notice here as well, I'm working down, so I have my equal signs lined up. I have just one equal sign in the middle of each line, but I have no equal signs at the start. That's because we're not working with expressions right here, we're working with equations, so they'll need to stay right in the middle. Now, that's how we handle it if we have what we call a one-step equation when we're solving, but sometimes we have more than one step, in which case we'll need to make sure we're following our BEDMAS backwards. We'll undo any addition or subtraction before we undo any division or multiplication, before we undo any exponents or undo any brackets. So let's take a look down here. We have 3x minus 1 equals 16. There are two pieces here we need to undo. We have a multiplication of x times 3, and we have a subtraction minus 1. According to our backwards BEDMAS, we want to make sure that we deal with this subtraction first. So we'll be adding 1 instead of subtracting 1. That's our inverse operation, so they cancel out. I'm left with 17 on my right-hand side, and just the 3x is remaining on the left-hand side. Nice and easy. Now this is a one-step equation like we just practiced, dividing by 3, because that is our opposite operation. We make sure we divide on both sides. We have our equal signs lined up down the middle. These cancel out on the left. X equals 17 over 3. We could throw that into a calculator if we want to for a decimal, or we can just leave it as a fraction right here. Now, if you feel really comfortable with those, try out this spicy problem right here. Again, we're using our BEDMAS backwards. Pause the video here, give it a try, and then unpause and see how you did. Good, so again, we're working with our inverse operations. Remember, all of these pieces are inside of the bracket, so we're not able to touch those until we deal with the rest because of our BEDMAS. Our brackets, because we're working backwards with BEDMAS, our brackets will have to be dealt with last. So I'm working here. I have myself my multiplication by 5, addition by 11. Well, I'm going to undo the addition first, subtract 11 from both sides. I'm working with 6 minus 11. That is negative 5 equals 5 times x over 3 minus 4. Nice and easy. Now I still have one more piece outside of my brackets. I'll need to undo that, so I divide both sides by 5. Here I'm dividing the whole side by 5, divided by 5. I'm working with negative 5 over 5 into my calculator. That's negative 1. On my left-hand side, these cancel out by design. I'm working with x minus 3, x over 3 minus 4. Now those are written in brackets, but if our entire side of our equation is written in brackets, they're not accomplishing anything. We can get rid of those, and now we're working with an equation like we just saw, one that has two steps. We know how to handle that. We handle our subtraction before the division, so I'll be adding 4 to both sides, plus 4 plus 4. That is negative 1 plus 4 is positive 3, so x over 3 equals positive 3. I'm running out of space. I have the ability to zoom out. Nice and easy. I just have this division by 3 left to work with, so I'll multiply both sides by 3. I'm working with 9 equals, these cancel out. X equals 9. Nice work, folks.